Hey, what's going on, guys? Mr. Brickswag here, back with another video. This is going to be a very special video for everybody. This is actually my 50 subscriber special, so thank you very much, everybody who helped make this possible. I know it's a small milestone. I'm a very small channel, I guess, just starting off. Got a ton of big videos out. My last video, I guess was a big hit, as I was hoping it would be. UCS AT-AT, obviously. But yeah, I'm really excited to just keep making content for you guys. Again, thank you so much. None of this would be possible, if you guys didn't support me, keep me motivated to make videos and stuff. Obviously, I do make them, mostly for myself, but it's just so nice that you guys are able to reach out and support, and I get all sorts of ideas from you guys and great feedback. So again, really appreciate that. But today I will deliver on a promise that I have promised for a while now. As far as you can think back, probably, I don't know, my Razor Crest video, I probably mentioned this, so quite a ways back. It's just I bought a lot of sets throughout the meantime, and so unexpectedly did a bunch of reviews. But today I will finally be doing a retired UCS set, one that I got a very long time ago. And have built and it's been sitting on my shelf for many years now. So without further ado, we have the 2013 version of the X-Wing. So more specifically, I think the official set is called Red Five X-Wing Starfighter. As you can see on this plaque, it says T65 X-Wing Starfighter, I believe. So that's kind of the generic name for it. This is the one that Luke flies. It's in episode 4. It's in episode 5. I'm pretty darn sure it's in episode 6 as well. It's probably one of the most iconic Star Wars vehicles of all time. Unfortunately, it's not my favorite. I'll get into why in a second. But this is a pretty cool set, There was a X-Wing that was released not too long ago in 2023, which is about 10 years after this was released. And a lot of people say that's a better version. I wouldn't know, and I'm probably not going to buy that version, to be honest with you. I don't really like to buy sets that are way too similar to old sets. So that's why I won't be doing that. There's obviously the original X-Wing, which was released in 1999. I don't think anybody has that set. It looks terrible too, so I'm never getting that one. But the reason why I don't want to get the 2023 one is because I already have this one, and I kind of like this one. Again, I'll get into my full thoughts in a second, but again, it's not my favorite set of all time. I'm more of a TIE guy, I just think the villain vehicles are just so much better. I love the Galactic Empire. That's why I love the AT-AT. That's why I love the TIE fighters. That's why I love all these enemy ships. I'm such a bad guy, but it's very cool seeing that TIE fighter. It looks great with this X-Wing, which is why I got both of them together. I got them in the same year. You guys have seen the X-Wing, and you guys have seen the TIE fighter in previous videos of mine. But yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take you through kind of the aesthetic details of the set. Obviously, it's already built. I'm not going to unbuild and rebuild this thing again, so I'm just going to go over what this thing looks like, all the features, I guess, just do an overall review. I may or may not do a build review. It's just a little bit hard for me. I'll give a rough number, but it's not going to be exact. Again, I built this thing 10 years ago. I got this in 2015, close to its retirement date. In the same year, I got 2 other UCS sets. Spoiler alert. Just really excited to go ahead and review this for you guys. Again, I've wanted to do kind of a old UCS set review for a while, so this will be my opportunity. But without further ado, let me go ahead and do that for you guys. All right, guys, so starting here with the minifigure lineup, it's almost non-existent. We basically have an R2-D2, a very basic version of it, no back printing. I'd be surprised if this was exclusive for some reason. It doesn't look exclusive to me. It's a decent looking R2-D2, but we've gotten so much better since then. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about this figure. The one big disappointment with the minifigure lineup with this set is that there is no pilot. There's no Luke. There's not even a generic pilot. It's literally just R2-D2. This is a $200 set. Keep in mind, $200 set and no Luke Skywalker, or pilot. Pretty ridiculous, to be honest. First knock against this set. Another knock against this set, well, not a huge knock, I guess, is this sticker, I guess, this big sticker on here for the display plaque. The display stand itself is actually pretty good. I really like it. It's always held up well. Again, I've had this thing for 10 years, so haven't had any issues. I heard the new X-Wing Starfighter stand has a lot of issues, so this is actually perfect. Great stand, definitely approve. Looks good too. And yeah, I mean, this is a cool, it's a cool info sheet, made by Incom Corporation, the length, the engines, whatever, all the information. Very cool. Just wish it was printed on, but surprisingly, the sticker on this is held up pretty well, so no complaints on that one. But yeah, this was, before the time when they started doing printed stuff. But just going ahead and taking a look at the general aesthetic of the build. Let's start from the front and kind of work our way towards the back. So you have the nose cone right here. I actually thought originally that I did something wrong here because there was a tan piece right here, but I've actually watched other reviews and it looks like that's pretty normal. So yeah, and again, I didn't mention this, but apologies about all the dust that I haven't been able to clean up. I actually did dust this very, very thoroughly before preparing for this review. But there's just some parts that I really just can't get off. They've been stuck on there for too long. Again, I've had this thing for 10 years, and I barely dusted it throughout those years. So I've tried my best, but a lot of it is really dirty, and especially since it's white, a lot of those stains are permanent. So, and also you can see like a lot of the white pieces have not aged well. They've gotten really yellow. Like this is pretty close to the normal color, but this is yellowed out. It's just like combination of like sunlight and that stuff like that. So very unfortunate. But with the X-Wing, it's actually not too bad. It gives it more of like a yellow look. So it actually, you can kind of see like there's like tan pieces on the side here. This actually blends in pretty darn well. So it actually looks good and it looks like aged for the look. So if you're into that, I mean, I like it. So I don't really mind. But I know some people will, take off points for that. But love the color scheme of this vehicle for sure. I love the combination of like the light gray, the dark gray, the tan, definitely the red. I mean, that's the highlight, obviously. And this part, they did really well. These pieces are really, really cool. There's not much of an underside to talk about, at least not here. These are obviously not tiled off. They're not even studs. It's just kind of, flat pieces underside, which is fine. Again, not much here either. If you look further underneath there, again, just all completely flat. It's not a big knock against the set, but I do wish there was a little bit of underside detail, like maybe some just kind of like smooth out pieces and stuff. I don't know if the new one has it, but this old one definitely doesn't. And taking a look at these two stickers right here. So they're peeling off like crazy. I mean, they're almost off. They're hanging on, just by a thread. And so this, I guess, speaks to the lifetime of stickers. Again, I've had my set for 10 years and these are starting to peel off. Not great. It really, creates the argument that sets should definitely have, they should definitely have printed pieces instead of these darn stickers. I mean, that adhesive, yep, that has been coming off for a very long time. If you look at that, real nasty stuff. But yeah. And now taking a look at, I guess, the cockpit, we can criticize some more here. So I believe this is a stickered piece, and that one, for the most part, has stayed on. I don't know if I put it on like kind of slanted. It looks terrible, but that's my bad, I guess. I was like very young. And the big knock here is that the windshield is actually stickered on. Now I put this on actually pretty well for the time. I don't think I made that many mistakes, or if I did, like it's not super noticeable. However, it's just picked up so much dirt and stuff over the years that it just looks kind of gross now. It looks like it's like an abandoned X-Wing, like it hasn't been flown for years. But if you pull open the inside is actually extremely clean because I've had it closed for all these years. And you can kind of see, there's like a little console there, I guess, and there's a little targeting screen. And this looks like the targeting screen that you see in episode 4 when Luke is, trying to destroy the Death Star, right? So when he launches those things in, he uses that at the beginning, but then he doesn't because, he uses the Force and guides it in, which is really cool. So yeah, real cool there. The little detail there. You got some like detailing in there. Pretty cool cockpit overall. Just wish we got a minifigure to go with it. Lego really cheaped out. Very unfortunate. Looking at the back here, you have a little bit of basic greebling. Not the most advanced greebling in the world, but pretty good. And this is also the slot where you put R2 in. So I can go ahead and put him in there. Fits really nicely. Looks real nice. But yeah, you got some panels back there. And now taking a look at the wings here. So again, I'm so sorry. It doesn't come like this. It's not supposed to be this dirty, but I don't even think this is dust. I think it's just like stuff that's accumulated. This is like white paint, I think. My parents were painting the house, and I guess some of it got onto the engines and stuff like that. So very unfortunate. But yeah, you can see it's been really beat up. Now, again, some people like that. I guess it kind of adds to the look of the X-Wing. Again, there are some tan pieces right here to represent some wear and tear. So a little bit of brown scuffling here and there is not the worst thing. I got all the big dust off, so this is just kind of the leftovers. But yeah, if anyone wants a battle-worn X-Wing, I'll sell it to you for $100. That's a joke, obviously. But anyway, yeah, looks pretty good, all things considered. I love the color scheme on this and everything. Big fan of that. The one thing I'm not a big fan of on the wings are stickers. These are absolutely massive stickers. I mean, this is ridiculous, inexcusable. Unfortunately, they're starting to peel off too. They're a bit of a bigger sticker, so they don't peel off as bad as some of these smaller stickers here. But that's really bad. I mean, there is no excuse for that. Lego should do a better job. I get it. This was 2013. They may have not had all the technology then to do certain things, but I mean, come on, that's just ridiculous. And it's the same wing pattern 4 times, so I don't really have to review that too much. But yeah, very cool there. And so now we'll go ahead and take a look at I guess you can take a look at the side profile right here. Looks very cool. It looks like it's launching up. Pretty sick. Again, it's a good display model, I would say, for the most part. Assuming you can clean it properly and take care of it properly, which I have not. And taking a look at the back, this is actually probably one of my favorite angles. Looks really cool. I love the engines here. The color that they picked for it is kind of like pinkish purple. It's absolutely perfect. Looks absolutely amazing launching up. So very big fan of that. Looks real cool there. And there is one actual function, even though this is a display model, there is one function on this X-Wing, I believe. There may be more that I'm missing, I'm not sure, but this is definitely the one that I can remember for sure. But if you turn the knob this way, it actually puts the X-Wing into flight position, which is real cool. So now if you take a look at that from the side, those wings are closed. If you look at it from the front, again, there's a unfortunate sagging, I guess, just from bricks not holding up after all those years. Again, stuff has gotten inside them. There's been friction. Some of these bricks sound really crinkly almost. That's the best way I can describe it, which is really unfortunate. But, it does look really cool in this position. Again, I wish there wasn't that sag, but it does look pretty cool. And then obviously, if you turn the knob the other way, you can bring it back into the attack position. There's a bit of resistance here, which actually feels really good in my hand. So it's really cool. And then pretty much the way it works actually is there's some Technic pieces in here. And what you're actually doing is you're turning this little thingy right here. So you can tell it's at full position if it's at like that. And so you can see now it's in full attack position, which is really cool. And I can go ahead and do that for you guys again. Love this feature. Been playing with this thing all the time. So really sick there. I'm surprised it works so well after all these years. I would expect that the dust from the Technic, within the Technic or something would cause some issues, but none to speak of from me at least. So yeah, again, there's some resistance, there's some creaking to it. But yeah, I think that's about as far as it'll go. Yep, right on the dot. And as soon as you try to turn it the other way, it'll actually go back into what's it called, flight position. Yeah, that's just the way it works. Because the way it works is it'll go up and then it'll go flip back. So it's bi-directional, I guess, is the best way to describe it. So you can actually run it both ways, which is pretty darn cool. But yeah, so you don't have to spin the thing the opposite way. You can actually just spin it one way and it'll work perfectly fine. So very cool feature, very well engineered. Absolutely love that. I wish the deploy time was a little bit faster, but I like this. I think it's really cool. And once you get it to a certain position, it kind of does itself anyway. So yeah, real cool. Again, love the aesthetic. I like the way that these things are done. Real cool there. Love the tips of these. Real nice. Again, it's a good looking display model for the most part. Like, and the one feature that it has is very cool as well. So definitely very good there. And it is a UCS model after all, so it should definitely be good at that. Unfortunately, time takes its toll and it's looking a little worse for wear, but oh well, what can you do? We all get old some days. All right, so now that we've looked at the entire model, kind of gone over everything that it has to offer, what do I think about the UCS X-Wing from 2013? Well, I gotta tell you, it's pretty good, but it's not my favorite thing. It's still a UCS set at the end of the day, so I do like it. However, a lot of other UCS sets I've built have been just so much better. And I can say that this is easily my least favorite UCS set of all the ones that I've built so far. Again, it's a very high bar when it comes to the UCS collection. But regardless, I am going to judge it for what it is. And unfortunately, it is just a flawed set. It really is. I've showed you guys a ton of the flaws aesthetically that it has. And it's just not the best, unfortunately. The lack of minifigures, the high use of stickers, not very good at all. Just, I think it's like some minor aesthetic mistakes here and there as well. Not great. However, as an overall, I do kind of like it. Now, talking about the build process of this set, again, it's been 10 years, so I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember it being the least favorite of the 3 sets that I built that year. The other ones being the TIE Fighter and the Slave One. So this was easily my least favorite of 3. The reason why was because I think it was just kind of repetitive. So you have to do these wings 4 times and the engines 4 times and also these things 4 times. It's just a pain to do that. The Technic structure was pretty fun to build from what I recall. Obviously, placing the stickers is not fun, a big detractor. And also, I believe the build time for this was pretty short, relatively speaking, because this only has about 1,600 pieces, whereas the other 2 sets that I've talked about have significantly more. I think the Slave One has almost 2,000. I don't remember how much a TIE Fighter has, but it's definitely more than this. And it was a more fun build as well. But I'll talk about those in future reviews. But yeah, no, I think this is, it's still a very cool set. I do really like it. But if I had to give an overall rating, or I guess let's do the build rating first. So the build rating, I would give it a 5 out of 10. It's just not the most fun to build. It wasn't the worst, but not the best. I had some fun doing it, I remember, but not the best. I think the Technic system was probably my favorite part to build. But everything outside of that was not great. And as an overall rating, I would give this a 6 out of 10. I do think it has a lot of aesthetic display value. It's lasted me all these years, so it's not like super fragile or anything, although it is definitely the most fragile out of my UCS sets, I believe, just because of these. These things can, fall off pretty easily. You might have to reattach them. I've had the nose cone, I believe, fall off a couple times as well. And the engines, I think, have fallen off a couple times as well, like just some pieces here and there. I believe, based on what I've seen, based on what I've looked at, I believe my X-Wing is pretty much 100% intact. I don't think I'm missing any pieces or anything. Can't say the same about some of the other sets I have. So that's definitely a plus for it. However, with all that being taken into account, it is still on the fragile side. I've transported this thing like 2 or 3 times now, and every time it has had parts fall off, which is not great. It's just the nature of the build. I don't think it's a set design flaw. I think it's just the way the thing is shaped. It just kind of, sucks a little bit. I'm sure they've gotten better at it over time. I'm sure the 2023 version is probably a lot more sturdy, but again, this one just has some fragility to it. But yeah, I don't want to make it sound like I hate the set or anything. I really do like it. It looks really nice in my collection and everything. And I'm hoping to get maybe another Rebel ship or something in the near future to put right next to my X-Wing. My next review will actually be a set that complements this very well. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, that's kind of my review of the X-Wing Starfighter. This is a little bit of a non-traditional review just because, you know, this is a set that I've already built, so I can't, you know, come into it with a fresh take. But I do hope you guys enjoy. Just wanted to give my honest thoughts on it. And yeah, if you like the channel, please subscribe. You know, again, at 50 subscribers, I'm doing this video, and at 100, I'm probably going to do something even crazier. I'll probably do another retired set. I think that might be the trend. 100, 150, 200. I might end up doing all my retired sets. So that'll be really neat. So there's some incentive for you to subscribe. Please like the video if you liked it. Please leave a comment down below, letting me know your thoughts. If you have this set, you know, if you're one of the very, very few long-time Lego Star Wars UCS collectors, and, you know, drop a comment down below. And yeah, just stay tuned to Mr. Brickswag for more Lego Star Wars. I appreciate it, everybody, and hope you have a very nice day. Peace.